Good evening to my subscribers. I go by the name Abdulaziz Umar Farouk Mandia with the index number 24254400333. Alright, on this project, I'm here to deliver how the logic circuit of 4-in-1 multiplexer work. And looking at the diagram, we can see that there's a lot of components running on it, but a little bit complicated. But with me being a certified tech nigga, I guess I can work on it. Alright, so right now I'll try to name the components in this our diagram showing. So right now we have three types of gates in this our diagram. We have the AND gate, which being 4, 1 2 3 4, that's the AND gate, and the OR gate being 1, and the inverted gate being 1, it being 1 2. So inverted gates are 2, also known as the NOT gate. So in this diagram we have 4 inputs: input 10, input 11, input 12, and input 13, and we have an output of Y, and we have a select line of 2, that's SO and S1 respectively. So in this diagram we are to show how electric circuit flow in a in 4-in-1 multiplexer. So in this situation, for you to indicate that there's a flow of current, you have to use the output value being Y, and the output value being Y, O means there's no current or there's a low current, and whenever it changes to 1, it means there's high current or there's a current flow. So through this diagram we have our inputs being 4, so we have to test all these inputs to see whether it actually work with. So going by the inputs, then we have select line of 2, that's SO and S1. So for you to able to see a current flow for inputs, then both the SO and S1 have to be a 00 numerical input, a numerical set. So right now it's already in 00 position. So right now if you turn on the input of 10, we will see the output, we will see a signal to the output being 1. So let's go on and try and see. Alright, we can see that we had an output figure of 1. So right now we have to test on the 11th input. So look at the 11th. If we are to try it, we have to, for the 11th, if you are to do it, we have to select the SO and SO1. So in the diagram the SO have to be 0 and SO1 have to be 1. So the SO is already in 0 and SO1 is 0, so we have to change it to 1 by clicking. Alright, we just click on it. So right now let's go and try the input 11. So clicking on the input 11 switch button, you'll see that we see that a signal will be sent to the Y value indicating a 1, which shows that there's an electric flow. See, we can see that the Y input produce produce a value of 1. So if you click on any of the inputs right there, maybe making it 1, for the output to be 1, no matter how the situation, you will not get an output 1 except the input 11 only, whereby the signal will send Y value making it 1. So let's try and see whether we get with that SO being 0 and S1 being 1, to see whether we get an output of 1. So let's try it then. You see there's no signal sent to Y output to see whether it will be a 1 or value. So let's try 12 to the same, let's try 13 to the same. But whenever we click on the 11th, we see a signal indicating a 1. That means that this select line work. This select line we just manipulated only work on the 11th one. So try on the 12th one. On the 12th one, we have to set we have to set S1 as 0, so we have to change the 1 to 0, and S0 as 1. So clicking on this input 12, it will send a signal to the Y output 1, showing that there's a current going through the component. So boom, we see a 1 digit right there. So clicking any other input from the diagram, it will send a 0 signal, means there's no current flow, no current flow, but with 12 we see a current flow. Boom. So right now we are done with the 12 input. So going to the 13th input, we have to set S1 as 1 and S0 as 1, which is already in the in one option. So right now let's go and test our 13. Testing our 13, we get an output indicating a Y value, which means that there's a signal output of 1, which means there's an electric current flow. So right now I guess from the 13, if you just choose any signal, there will not be a 1. Let me turn off the 13 to signal the others. The output is still 0, still 0, still 0, but with 13 it will show a signal of 1. Thank you so much for viewing and liking and commenting my previous lectures. I would like you to kindly subscribe, like, drop any comment, any problem or any question you don't get on my previous lectures. I will try as much as possible to make a video to explain it much better than I do from the previous video. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day. Goodbye.